Wait. This is critical. Faith all my life.
All my life I had to fight. I had to fight my daddy. I had to fight my uncles. I had to fight my brothers. Girl, child ain't safe in a family man's. But I ain't never thought I had to fight in my own house.
All right, Commish Radio Show back again. We're talking about domestic violence and justice. This is right, domestic violence and justice. We're just going to go ahead and hit you. Wait a minute. I didn't mean to say that. That's a bad word right there about hitting. We're here today to talk about social justice in Dallas, Texas. Social justice in Dallas, Texas. And I just got to be real with it. Can't hold my tongue, about this little deal that's going on. There ain't nothing little about this that's happening. As you know, this is the Commish Radio Show. We are here today on Saturday afternoon talking about Dallas, Texas. What's going on in Dallas, Texas? What's going on in Dallas, Texas is a very simple thing. We could be talking about the Mueller report. We could be talking about all of that. We could be talking about that. But let's talk about things that are happening right here in Dallas. Recently, we had the situation in which a young lady was attacked downtown Dallas. She was attacked downtown Dallas. And she was, it seemed like she was in a knockdown fight that was going one way. And it was done by a white man directed to a black woman. That was violence. We cannot have our sisters being violated by anyone, black or white. We cannot have our sisters being violated by anyone, black or white. Now, I know this situation that we want to talk about, well, shall I say I want to talk to you about, is something that's been going on in American culture, wait a minute, black American culture since the beginning of time. It seems like we're running a slave cabin fever that we have, in which we don't want to talk about things that affect our community because we don't want other people that don't look like us to feel like we don't have any skeletons in our closet. We got a lot of things in our closet. Even R. Kelly is in our closet, but it seems like he's gotten out. He's gotten out and he's done some things as well. I'm not equating what happens with R. Kelly to things that happen in Dallas, Texas, but what I am equating is what we do as black men to our sisters. We need to love our sisters. We need to treat them more than queens. We call them queens, but yet we call them queens, but yet we treat them as if they're court jesters. In the court of love, we do not need to say, hey, look, I love you to death, and really literally mean, I love you to death. That's not what this is about. What this is about is that domestic violence permeates all of American society. All of American society. And we need to do something about that. Now, I, as a man, did not feel comfortable being the first person to speak out against domestic violence because guess what? Men always running anything, everything, everywhere. We're always running all the stuff all the time, it seems like. So on this particular issue, women need to be the first one to speak out. I spoke to several members of the community that were women, and they're prominent women. And, I want to keep this just real. As Mr. Jefferson has said, keep it real. Let's be real about this. Social justice means more than just marching down the street, demanding justice. It means that you want to be social on the streets, you need to be social at home as well. That's what that means. You need to be social justice at home. In the event a young man is engaged in a relationship with a woman, listen, I'm 57 years old. I'm kind of old. My young daughters that are in their 30s will tell you that I am old. But they will also tell you as well that if you have to hit a woman, you don't need one. You don't need that one. No, let that one go. If you need to hit a woman, you don't need her. And I spoke to some other members of the community as well, and they're taking a Heisman Trophy stance back on this issue. A Heisman Trophy stance back on this issue. Like, I don't want to get involved. I don't want to get involved because, well, I don't want to go ahead and say something bad about somebody who's done some good in the community. It's a lot of people have done good in the community. But when you see something that's going wrong, you need to call that person out. You need to call that person out. Social justice is bigger than one individual, folks. Social justice is bigger than one individual. Human rights and civil rights should not ride on the back of one person. Because after you do that, your back gets tired. You know, you have to fight a lot of battles, but one of the things you have to do as well is realize that the battle is strong. The battle is long, and it's enduring. This battle for social justice started way before I was born. You know, it's sort of like in New Jack City. This is bigger than me, folks. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than anyone that holds the title of a commissioner, senator, minister, anything. It's big. So when we're talking about justice, and when we're talking about social justice, when we're talking about that, there are no leaders that are the dominant leaders that lead and dominate any kind of movement. You know, someone said to me, well, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And I'm like, what the hell, what are we going to do? We're going to do what we always do. We're going to march forward. We can't let one person who's going through some issues go ahead and take down a whole, wait a minute, I'm about to say it again, it's old school. A whole race of people? No, a whole humanity of people. You can't let one person's missteps or unfortunate situations bring down everyone. So bringing down everyone means that if one less person is marching, and I've urged that one less person not to march. I've urged, I said, step back, don't say anything. Give yourself a timeout. Stay over in that corner. Don't say anything. Because right now, people are now judging a whole movement, a whole group of people by one person's actions. Now I know, some people probably gonna say, you shouldn't have said it, you shouldn't have said it. No, I'm doing church style. I ain't calling no names, but we all know who I'm talking about, right? I ain't calling no names, but we all know who I'm talking about. So that being said, that's what we need to do. Call this out the way it is. Black women such as I'll call this name out, Miss Olika Green, who I spoke to earlier today, have now started their own movement as well because they realize, as Oprah Winfrey so eloquently stated in The Color Purple, all my life I've had to fight. I never thought I'd have to fight against people in the struggle of social justice. That's what the sister said. That's the reason why we, as black men, if we call ourselves mentors, and we call ourselves one to help someone out that may be going astray, because that's what we do as mentors, and give constructive advice, not destructive advice. You tell them to take a step back. Sit over there in the timeout corner. Let some other people do what they're supposed to do. So we must protect our black women. That's what Pac said. Hip-hop being what it is, you know, this is the hip-hop generation. I caught the tail end of that, you know. Because, you know, as they say, where I live at, it's hard to kill on my block. It's, you know, how can you live with 5 shots because it's hard to kill on my block? Well, one of the things, too, obviously on Elm Street is, well, it can be hard if you can take 5 shots like that from a gentleman that's outside of your community, but inside your community, you still have to take shots from people that are close to you. I'm close to you today because I wanted to go ahead and send that message to you. Because we must protect all people but we must protect the most vulnerable of our people, women and children. A nation is only as strong as the women that they protect. And that is the problem that we have in the black community, that we do not respect and protect our black women. That is a problem we have in America today, that we do not respect and protect humanity. And with that being said, I'm gonna bail out. All right, Strip, let's roll.
Hi, my name is Charlotte Wooten, and I'm the owner of Center of Attraction Hair Gallery. And when I want to be informed about what's going on within the DFW